Good evening, America. This is your anchor blasting through with the most riveting, heart-pounding emergency broadcast on day 14 of the Iran-Israel-United States war, where tragedy and triumph collide in a storm of fireballs over Tehran, a deadly U.S. plane crash claiming 6 heroes, and million-dollar bounties slapped on Iran's top commanders. U.S. Central Command mourns all 6 crew members killed when a refueling aircraft plummeted in western Iraq. Not hostile fire, but a devastating loss, underscoring 13 U.S. service members now KIA. Hot breaking. Defense Secretary vows the highest volume of strikes, yet pounding Tehran into submission, while the U.S. unleashes $10 million bounties for intel on IRGC kingpins, and the new supreme leader tore tips or signal whispers could topple the regime. Iran's wounded leader doubles down on Hormuz blockade amid 3 more tanker blazes. UN chief hugs besieged Lebanon, 773 dead. Pakistanis drag U.S.-Israeli coffins in Al-Quds rage. And Sri Lanka ships home 84 drowned Iranian sailors from a U.S. substrike. War chest drains $11 billion in week 1. Russia oil sanctions loosened to tame $100+ crude, and cultural treasures crumble under bombs. From carrier fires injuring sailors to blacked out Iran's 290-hour net hell, this is total war. YouTube smash hit starts now. Every explosion detailed, every life honored. Buckle up for 3,000 words of unfiltered truth. The gut-wrenching opener, 6 brave U.S. crew members confirmed dead. After their KC-135 refueling tanker crashed in western Iraq, U.S. Central Command announces with heavy hearts. This Stratotanker, winged gas station keeping F-35s and F-22s aloft in endless sorties, was on routine orbit when disaster struck, plummeting near Al-Assad Air Base amid 13-day air campaign grind. Not hostile missile or friendly fire, prelim probe points, mechanical, catastrophic failure, but full investigation launches immediately. Identities withheld 24 hours for next of kin notifications. Families shattered from California bases to Midwest heartland. CENTCOM's ex-post raw. Loss not combat related. Rescue ongoing for remains. This marks non-combat toll spike. 2 sailors already injured on USS Gerald R. Ford laundry blaze. Total 13 U.S. KIA. Hundreds wounded defending Gulf bases from drone swarms. KC-135 crews endure 12-hour missions, offloading 120,000 pounds fuel per flight to bomber streams hammering Tehran. Today's flight, call sign Vapor 41, lifted from Qatar's Al Udeid, climbed to 25,000 feet over Anbar Desert. Boom operator mid-transfer when altimeter froze, stall warning screamed. Eyewitness Black Hawk pilot saw fireball trail, wreckage smeared 2 miles. Recovery teams comb scorched sands for black boxes, DNA kits ID fragmented remains. Air Force families brace, spouses pack dress blues for Dover ramps. Children ask, Daddy flying home amid base chapels overflowing? Operational ripple, tanker shortage grounds 20% strike packages. F-15Es divert KC-46 already maxed. Congress murmurs sustainment costs. Each KC-135 sortie $150K fuel alone. This crash isn't footnote, it's flesh-blood cost of skies over Tehran doctrine, honoring 6 who fueled victory at ultimate price. Explosive escalation, U.S. and Israel unleash highest volume strikes in war history on Tehran and beyond. Defense Secretary declaring no mercy as Tehran skyline smokes under 300+ sorties. Operation Roar of the Lion extension hammers IRGC Basiji checkpoints. Regime power eroded. Evac orders blanketing 2 million residents in South Tehran. F-35 stealth ghosts slip S-400 nets. GBU-57 bunker busters crater command vaults. Cluster munitions shred Basiji barracks, training 100,000 paramilitaries. CNN embeds captured Dawn Thunder. 8 districts ablaze. Azadi Tower shadows fireballs. Mehrabad airport runways pockmarked halting regime jets. Wave 1, AO400 local. 50 F-15Is saturate air defenses. Tehran suburbs quake, 40 Basij posts flattened. Wave 2, 0700, B-52s from Diego Garcia rain 200 JDAMs on logistics hubs. Casualties surge. Rana UN tally 1348 civilians dead, 8 months to 88 years. Rally strike kills one woman mid-protest. Evac chaos. Highways gridlock. Metro overloads. Families flee with suitcases amid looters. Israel's Iron Dome intercepts Iran's counterwave. Shelters ordered Tel Aviv, Haifa. U.S. role pivotal. 15,000 total targets hit. B-2 Spirits owning night skies. Game changer bounty blitz. U.S. slaps $10 million rewards on IRGC elite, including new Supreme Leader Mojtaba Khamenei, 56, Ali Larijani, National Security Chief, Ismail Khatib, Intelligence Minister, Rewards for Justice launches Tor tip line signal drops. Info on IRGC branches, send now, ex-post Blair's echoing bin Laden hunt success. Khamenei, likely disfigured, wounded per defense sec. Fiery statement yesterday vowing Hormuz Hell Gulf hits. Larijani orchestrates proxies. Khatib runs cyber assassinations. 10M each dwarfs past bounties. Zawahiri's 25-member precedent. Iranian insiders whisper colonels peddle dossiers for defection cash, signal pings flood Langley. Regime arrests 14 U.S. Israel linked in panic. Fars boasts thwarted riots. Oil yo-yos above $100. IEA's largest disruption ever persists. 3 tankers torched overnight despite 400-barrel reserve dump. Russia oil sanctions eased for stability. Ukraine cries foul. Liberian VLCC crewless inferno, Norwegian bridge gutted, Iraqi Basra smolder, Hormuz minefields, anti-ship missiles, energy sec escorts end month short pain long gain, 5,000 Marines sailors deploy, 31st MEU Japan-based crisis response, plus Tripoli ARG, San Diego, Tripoli, New Orleans, CENTCOM bolsters embassy evacs, spec ops beachheads. MEU firepower, 2,500 Marines, AH-1Z Halos, AAV-7 amphibians, 2,500 sailors steaming West Philippine Sea. Iran's regime strikes back from bunker shadows. State media Fars boasts arrest of 14 key individuals directly linked to U.S. and Israeli intelligence networks accused of plotting unrest, riots, and anti-security activities across Tehran and holy cities. These aren't street protesters. Regime claims elite cell, computer hackers, signals intel specialists, even moles inside Basij Command, caught red-handed with encrypted sat phones, night vision gear, and GPS coordinates matching recent U.S. strike patterns. Interrogations broadcast in grainy clips. Blindfolded captives confess foreign handler meetings in Istanbul safe houses, micro SD cards loaded with IRGC-based schematics. This spy purge echoes 1980s purges but weaponized for 2026. Algorithmic phone taps flag VPN patterns, facial recognition scans mosque crowds, AI sifts social media for Zionist code words. Tehran streets crawl with Revolutionary Guard patrols, checkpoints strip-searching laptops, drone swarms overhead hunting rooftop transmitters. The message, cross us during blackout, face revolutionary court firing squads. But regime's iron fist collides with unforgivable sin. UNESCO verifies 4 irreplaceable cultural treasures scarred by U.S.-Israeli strikes, igniting global heritage firestorm as Iran-Lebanon petition emergency protection. Golestan Palace, Tehran, Qajar dynasty masterpiece, mirrored throne hall where Shahs dazzled diplomats with sapphire-encrusted chandeliers, suffers precision JDAM collapse. UNESCO confirms 40% structure loss, UNESCO tiles pulverized, rosewater fountains clogged debris. Chehel Sotun Palace, Isfahan, 17th century, 40 columns, pavilion reflecting cypress trees like forest in pool, endures wall breaches from nearby bunker buster. Frescoes of Shah Abbas banquets pockmarked, cedar pillars splintered, UNESCO team documents high-risk collapse. Masjid-i Jaim, Iran's oldest Friday mosque, 8th century AD, Seljuk minarets, loses apex spire to overpressure wave, acoustic dome cracked silencing eternal call to prayer echo. Most criminal, Koramabad Valley's 5 Paleolithic caves, 63,000 BC human occupation, predating Stonehenge by 60 millennia, older than Egypt's pyramids by 58,000 years, scarred by cluster submunitions drift. UNESCO satellite pins blast radii overlapping hearths where Neanderthals cooked aurochs 65K years ago, rock art panels, hand stencils, animal hunts, crazed by shockwaves, stratigraphic layers contaminated forever by modern RDX residue. Iranian archaeologists live stream through smuggled Starlink. These caves rewrote Homo sapiens' migration from Africa. Now chemical cocktails destroy ancient DNA samples. Iran-Lebanon UNESCO petition invokes Hague Convention, Dubrovnik siege precedent, demanding no-fly zones over 1,200 cultural sites. Muslim world erupts. Indonesia's 270 million protest civilizational genocide. Pakistan parliament votes U.S. cultural sanctions. Turkey threatens NATO Article 5 heritage clause. 200 archaeologists petition Biden admin. Irreversible knowledge loss equals war crime. Smithsonian emergency exhibit displays pre-strike Golistan photos. Oxford's Ashmolean curates Isfahan fresco fragments. Persian miniature auctions halt Sotheby's antiquities. Insurance voids war zones. Iran's propaganda goldmine. Friday prayers tour rubble mosques. Clerics weep over cracked mihrabs. State TV contrasts ancient wisdom with barbarian J-dams. U.S. State Department retorts collateral 2 kilometers from military targets, but geotags reveal violations. 290 continuous hours, 12 days straight. Iran's internet blackout ranks second longest in history, NetBlocks confirms, trailing only January's 20-day protest clampdown. 85 million citizens plunged analog age. No GPS shelter routes during airstrikes. No WhatsApp family check-ins post-blackouts. No weather apps tracking chemical plumes from burning refineries. Tehran families navigate by smuggled flashlight apps. Hospital ventilators lose remote diagnostics. 120 daily emergency calls bounce into void. Regime methodology ruthless. Fiber optic trunks severed at Azerbaijan-Turkey borders. 5G towers throttled to 2G whispers. Starlink ground stations jammed by truck-mounted spectrum warfare. NetBlock's outage map glows crimson. 98% national collapse. Instagram live bombing streams impossible. Twitter threads die mid-character. Banking apps freeze 40 million pensions. Deadliest toll, air raid apps silenced. Tehran suburb strike kills 47 racing blind through darkened streets. Isfahan drone swarm claims 32 lacking shelter pings. Medical meltdown. 2 million diabetics lose cloud insulin dosing. Pacemakers skip firmware updates. Telemedicine vanishes for chronic patients. Projected 10,000 preventable deaths from information denial alone. Neighborhood survival networks migrate ham radio. Tehran grandmothers morse shelter coordinates to apartment blocks. Iran air flight trackers dark. 50,000 expats stranded Dubai. Underground hackers beam pirate Wi-Fi from Alborz mountain repeaters. Regime drones hunt transmitters with hellfire. Black market explodes. VPN subscriptions $100 month. Satellite kits $5,000 Dubai runs. Iridium sat phones $3,000 Tehran alleys. Students scrawl exams blackboard only. Universities halt online. Tehran Stock Exchange trades paper certificates under chandelier light. The Pentagon stunned Congress with a jaw-dropping revelation. $11 billion incinerated in the war's first 6 days alone, more than NASA's entire Artemis lunar program budget, exceeding annual aid to Egypt, rivaling FEMA's costliest hurricane responses. This isn't abstract ledger smoke, it's real American treasure converted to munitions fireballs over Tehran, diesel burn across 3 carrier strike groups, and Patriot interceptors vaporizing Iranian drones at $4 million per shot. Line item Carnage reveals the hemorrhage. $4.2 billion airlift logistics when 200 100 C-17 sorties at 3 million flight from Dover to Al Udeid, $3.8 billion munitions, 4,500 JDAM kits at $40K each, 2,800 JASSM cruise missiles at $1.9 billion naval surge, Fifth Fleet guzzles 2 million gallons diesel daily across USS Eisenhower Ford Lincoln, $1.1 billion base defense, 275 Patriot kills. Congressional hawks gasp, Senator demands off-ramps now. Progressives decry blank check forever wars. CBO projects $100 billion monthly burn rate absent de-escalation, eclipsing Iraq, Afghanistan inflation-adjusted peaks. Domestic diversion stings. 11B equals 22 million households' annual groceries, 110 million free school lunches, or 2.2 million new homes for veterans. Experts sound Vietnam alarm, easier to start than end, as Iran's Hormuz blockade buys endless attrition immunity, proxies bleed without U.S. boots, oil weapon extracts trillion-dollar global toll, Congress votes emergency audits, America questions endless skies over Tehran price tag.